Hello everyone. This will be a short overview of what will happen to us during this springtime, considering that Venus starts its retrograde motion from March the 1st until April 13th. So try to remember what you were doing around January 28th, 29th, 30th. And we're going to start with Aries. And this is for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign, with emphasis on the ascendant. Aries, Venus moves from the 12th house to 1st house. So for Aries, now is the moment for ego healing. It may happen that a person from the past apologizes to you for something they did. Or the second thing is that you have sinned against yourself. You have let others condition you. So now divine intervention is taking place, which is now changing the situation for those in the Aries sign. Given that Venus rules our aesthetics and the sign rules our appearance, you can now decide to beautify yourself because you don't like the way you look. I don't know, change your hairstyle or decide to start exercise. Here you heal your self-image. If you thought you were not beautiful, or if someone insulted you or commented on something related to your appearance, that you are overweight or have acne or something like that. Because this Venus deals with the injuries we have experienced in the last 10 to 15 years. If you've been pushing your dissatisfaction with your appearance or other people's offensive comments under the rug, now Venus is healing it. So will you go for aesthetic corrections, lose weight, start a healthy diet? This spring you have a chance to heal your wounded ego because you didn't feel beautiful or thin enough back in the past. Aries draw subtle Neptunian energy from the collective. You get inspiration, will, and strength to do something for yourself related to appearance in physical sense. You will also have the strength to break those love relationships that were unstable, that have been broken for a long time and then started again. So this spring will therefore be your personal new beginning. Now moving to Taurus. Venus for you is moving from 12th to 11th house. And so such people can express their feelings now. If they were once considered as outsiders, or if they experienced being ostracized by society or were isolated in collective. For example, you worked in company and had the feeling that everyone was united against you. Given that it is about the 12th house, it may be memories of the soul from past lives. So maybe a tribe isolated you in some way, exiled you in some previous life. So here such topic is treated, is healed. In what way will it be possible to heal during this spring? You will get a feeling of unity with the people around you, or someone among you will get a new collective or connect with people from the past and create an organization, a group of your own. Also here the universe acts through you on subconscious level. You should now be an instrument of the universe to channel some social changes. For example, you will be with some people who need your presence and support. The universe puts you in positions where you are someone's support. And in return, you will be rewarded with enormous energy. It can also happen that you have prophetic dreams. I don't know if you can remember at the end of January, what you've been dreamed about. If you dreamed about some people, or if you met new people, if someone new appeared in your life, if someone became or stopped being interesting to you at the end of January. And because a person may appear to you who will serve or help you, who has a mission with you just this spring, and then will leave. Basically, a very cosmic story for you, Tauruses, during springtime, and not much is asked of you. In other words, you have the least free will this spring regarding decisions in love, because the universe will place you in a certain events or connect you with people from the past or past life, or with some new people. Now moving to Gemini. For Gemini people, Venus moves from 11th house to 10th house. It may happen that you return to an old collective or connect with people with whom you were previously part of a project, organization, team, club. You have the appearance of people from the past who are significant and with whom you can change the world. That's the key thing here. While, for example, with Aquarius people, they surround themselves with people with whom they can earn a lot of money. So for Geminis, an environment with people with whom you can make a big change in society, the collective. For example, maybe you wanted to gather a team and create an application before, but it didn't work out for you, and now the moment has come when it is feasible for you. The idea matured, either you matured or other people in the team matured. Perhaps you mentioned your idea to someone before, but that person said that they don't want to deal with it because they have a job from 9 to 5 and earn a lot of money. But maybe that person got fired in the meantime, and now it is time for them to join your team. Now moving to Cancer, Venus moves from the 10th house to 9th house. Here you are returning to an old ambition of yours, because you are now ripe for it. It may happen to you that if you previously had someone who was an authority figure or perceived him or her as such, like professor, mentor, boss, that person may appear this spring in the sense of love. Someone may appear who was not there, who was abroad, then came back. Maybe this person rejected you before, and now he or she wants to be with you or established contact with you. Also, a job offer or a project that was not interesting to you before can become attractive to you now. Here you treat the problem of authority. If a relationship broke because you could not stand authority, now you have the opportunity to restore that relationship. You become more flexible. If someone gives you orders, you don't immediately jump to fight, to argue, but you use diplomacy and flexibility. If a relationship ended because you did not feel respected, now it can happen that it enters your life again, and that relationship lasts this time around. Because in the meantime, you have healed your wounds around authority. It will be easier for you to deal with criticism this spring, because you will know how to distinguish other people's insecurities from criticism aimed at you. For example, when a woman's solar plexus chakra is working properly, man can say whatever he wants to her, because at the end of the day, she will do her own thing again, and she will be smiling and everything will go smoothly. That is, there will be no quarrels and conflicts. Women whose solar plexus chakra works do not argue with men, and in the end everything goes their way again. So this spring should make you such a woman with the help of Venus. And of course, if you are a man who's watching this video, a man whose solar plexus chakra is working properly, then you don't have to fight, you don't have to argue with women, but you still get what you want. You know, with the help of a bouquet of flowers or a box of chocolate. So now moving to Leos, Venus moves through the from the 9th house to 8th house. You can go back, visit the place where you have been before, so you can go on a trip. You may also want to see someone you haven't seen for a very long time or who has lived abroad for a long time. There's also a possibility that retrograde Venus will push you in a direction to start dressing differently, more modern, youthful, I don't know, hippie. Even tattoos are not out of the question, although maybe you never wanted to have one until now. A person from the past who hurt you can come back. Advice: do not take revenge on others, because the desire for revenge could be aroused this spring. The thing is that desire for revenge blocks the flow of money. When planning, thinking about revenge, it stops your creative energy. You lose too much energy to plan revenge. It is hindering your progress. You will win in such situation if you look at it all through rose-colored glasses and through laughter. There is also possibility of learning a skill, enrolling in a school or course. For example, you used to learn Reiki, then you stopped, and now you would like to learn Reiki again. Returning to a teacher, mentor, or university that you did not finish, or you have read tarot before, but it didn't go very well for you because reading tarot requires subtle energy and spiritual levels, and now you're ready and can become exquisite top tarot reader because you are now ready for such skills. Mentally, spiritually, you are worthy of some secret knowledge, like healing people by touch, you know. So moving to Virgo, Venus for you moves from 8th house to 7th house. Similar story as for Leos, a person from the past who owes you a karmic debt or you owe them may also appear. So it's like unfinished business. Or a person with whom you used to be very close before, and that relationship now is renewed. The return of important people from the past, for sure. And now it's time to do something bigger together because you have both matured. If you went to some therapists and stopped, there is a possibility of returning to such therapists. Also, for you, retrograde Venus could bring a deep healing of partners' relationships. It means healing fears around abandonment. You have felt betrayed too many times in the last 8 years, and now Venus offers you the opportunity this spring to heal your fears of abandonment, betrayal, and partner relationships. There is also a possibility of an apology from such people who betrayed or abandoned you, or new people will appear who will give you faith in others and partner relationships. And for some, it could be a loan refinancing. Now, Libra, Venus moves from 7th house to 6th house. You're reviewing partner relations with colleagues, advising some business contracts, making new contracts. For example, you have a housekeeper and you want her not to come on Mondays and Saturdays, but you want her to come some other days of the week. Also, the possibility for important and honest conversations with a romantic partner. You can tell them, I want the two of us to be exclusive, or I don't want a relationship with you anymore. So yeah, very important and honest conversation with the romantic partner. And also Venus in the 7th house can bring you back some partners from the past. Scorpio, Venus moves from 6th house to 5th house. You have a chance for greater creativity, a chance to start your own brand or an existing brand to develop and do business better. You will deal a lot with your workplace, the work you do. You have an idea how to turn your hobby into permanent profitable business. Or you used to go to, I don't know, Pilates, yoga, and now you want to start doing it again. Retrograde Venus, while moving through the 6th house, wants to bring you more harmonious everyday life. If your daily schedule was full of stress and obligations, this retrograde Venus wants to relieve you of some obligations. If you have a chronic health problem, it can be solved by some therapy to get rid of that health problem forever. So you will systematically change your life and daily stress so that you can relax and relieve yourself more. You will replace habits that no longer fit with new ones, new habits that are in line with a new lifestyle and a new image. It may even happen that you introduce some new habits because of the person you like. For example, you don't go to bars, you don't drink beer, but you start doing it because of the person you like. So there is a possibility of the return of person whom you liked in the past, but nothing happened or was not serious. Because of Venus in the 5th house, Venus wants you to organize more free time around children, if you have them. Maybe because of a lot of work, you spend a little time with your children. This spring, that changes. So you change direction in order to meet something that brings you joy. So you look forward to going to bars because there's where your crush comes in and that now brings you joy. Or dedicate yourself more to a hobby that brings you joy and after a while also earn you money. Spending more time with children because you know how quickly time flies and you want to spend quality time with them while they're still small or while they still live with you. And these changes in everyday life makes you happier. Now Sagittarius, Venus moves from 5th to 4th house. Revision of relations with household members, with family members. You can introduce new rules when it comes to the home you live in. For example, if you have a roommate who plays music at 4 a.m. while you're sleeping, you will rabble about it and tell him or her to stop doing that. You will either move out or look for new roommates. Introduce new rules about who is in charge of which obligation around the house, who takes out the trash. Someone who has not seen their parents or relatives for a long time will want to see them during this period. So if you had a crush in the past, but nothing happened, nothing came close to happening, or you lost contact, such a person can appear in your life too. Speaking of which, try to remember what happened at the end of January because it could be the topic of, or it could be that person. There's one more thing with Sagittarius. If in your childhood you felt like you weren't celebrated enough, that you weren't given enough attention, or parents didn't throw you birthday parties, or you just didn't feel like important, now you can treat your family and friends for no particular reason. I don't know, organize a barbecue, take them to a restaurant or a trip. You will be the person who will organize the gathering of relatives who have not seen each other after 20 years, organizing the gathering of classmates from high school or people from college. You will have the need to turn to people from the past who warmed your heart with their presence. You will have a great need to celebrate life. This will be a major theme for you this spring. And this is good for all of us to do that every day, to celebrate life, but with you, Sagittarius, it's more pronounced now. Now Capricorn, Venus moves from 4th to 3rd house. You will get support of your family. Also, many of you will want to move, like sell or purchase new place, home, apartment, house, or renovate your existing home. There is a possibility of returning to the apartment or house where you lived before, or at least visit the house where you grew up, to see or to visit parents also. Venus brings you the need for maternal energy, to feel safe, loved, like in your mother's arms. Now, this can also be done through a friend who is a totally motherly type. So you feel protected and loved with her or him. So you will feel that emotion if you surround yourself with people who make you feel comfortable, safe, joyful. This retrograde Venus is healing you now. So whenever we have retrograde Venus, it heals some sense of lack in us. With you specifically, it is the so-called mother's milk feeling, like feeling of belonging and warmth, love, tenderness. Aquarius, for you, Venus moves through from 3rd house to 2nd house. You will make some big project through entertainment. After almost 7-8 years, Aquarius will start buying entertainment for themselves. By the way, Aquarius people don't have the habit of shopping for fun. They find it fun to sit alone and look at a ceiling. But now, for the first time, you will want to buy a fun time, whatever that means to you. You feel like you are on vacation, you will feel like you're relaxed. You will be interested in people who are also simple, joyful, easygoing. Aquarians are not in the mood for any difficult karmic stories this spring. You want to hang out only with easygoing and relaxed people. If you have a business that you previously started, but it didn't bring you profit, now it can start bringing you money. Since the 3rd house is the house of providing services, products, markets, and the 2nd house is finance. So Venus is retrograde, which means that you are only now starting to earn money that you previously invested or opened a business in the past. Last but not least, Pisces. For you, Venus moves through from 2nd to 1st house. With you, it's about finances. If you have dreamed of buying a car or an expensive, luxurious things for years, you will achieve it this spring. So as I said about the Aquarius sign, that they will buy themselves fun, Pisces are now buying themselves happiness. You will also begin to pay attention to your appearance. You will start with some diet or exercise, with some beauty treatments. But Pisces will do something that is uncharacteristic for them. Pisces usually provide Neptunian energy, but they will start to provide a sacral energy, doing the opposite. Something that is not only uncharacteristic of Pisces, but in the whole esoteric, that they buy Neptunian energy with sacral energy. It is usually the other way around. I mean, okay, that's topic for some other video. Thank you for your time and listening. And if you like this video, feel free to like, share, and comment. And we will see you again soon with a similar video. Blessings.